Navy plans to document UFO sightings but keep them confidential. Another confidential book from our government. Extraterrestrials, take note. The U.S. Navy plans to set up an official reporting and investigative system that will monitor reports from its pilots about unidentified flying objects. The Navy plans to set up an official reporting system that will monitor report from its pilots, which means there's enough of them saying something that they got to take in some reports. But while this X-Files worthy operation sounds newsy, don't expect to hear details about it anytime soon. The Navy doesn't intend to make the data public, citing the privileged and classified information that these reports usually include, according to the Washington Post. No, they don't intend to make the data public at all. They're just letting you know that they are taking information about UFOs. Now, whether you believe aliens are coming, whether you believe it's interdimensional beings, or whether you believe it's our military or other militaries, they're letting you know that some things are being cited, some things are going to be recorded, and nothing's going to be released to you. Military aviation safety organizations always retain reporting of hazards to aviation as privileged information in order to preserve the free and honest prioritization and discussion of safety among aircrew. Joe Gradisher, a spokesman for the Office of the Deputy Chief of Naval Operations for Information Warfare, told the Washington Post. In fact, beyond the announcement that the Navy is setting up this UFO reporting procedure, no release of information to the general public is expected. So, the only release of information about this UFO gathering information on the Navy is, this is it. We're telling you we're going to gather information from our pilots, but out, no more. Okay, the upcoming procedure comes in the wake of other government-related UFO news. In late 2017, word came out that the Pentagon had a secret UFO office that spent $22 million over 5 years to study strange and threatening aeronautical events. Although funding for the venture, called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, ended in 2012, didn't the world end in 2012 as well? The program didn't entirely stop, according to those reports. Well, number one, programs never entirely stop in the government. They get noticed, they get changed, and then what we do is, well, we have this program, but we had to end that program, but we didn't really end the entire program. What we done was we merged it in with another program that has an entirely different program name, and the funding comes from an entirely different area, so hopefully it takes you people a long time to find it again. That's what that really means. When news of AATIP became public in 2017, the Defense Department released 2 declassified videos, which showed pilots talking about a bizarre aircraft that appeared to accelerate quickly even though it had no recognizable means of propulsion. These aircraft, which looked like blobs on the video, could allegedly drive thousands of feet in an instant. By creating this new program, the Navy hopes to delegitimize any reporting association, delegitimize any reporting associated with incidents that involve UFOs, which could, after all, be militarized aircraft from other parts of the world. Hint, hint. It could be militarized aircraft from other parts of the world. Hint, hint. And nowhere in here do they say they expect them to come from outer space. Now, President Trump was briefed on UFOs, but said he didn't necessarily believe in them, but he's gung-ho about a space force. This is about other people and what their tech is, too, that we don't hardly ever know about. There have been a number of reports of unauthorized and or unidentified aircraft entering various military-controlled ranges and designated airspace in recent years, the Navy told Politico, which broke the story. For safety and security concerns, the Navy and the U.S. Air Force take these reports very seriously and investigates each and every report. Absolutely they do. I've met a bunch of these pilots. I've known people that train these pilots. I know what their word is like, and I know if they tell you, I saw something in the air, you best believe that they saw something in the air. Did they see the little green men coming, an interdimensional being? Did they see an angel, a demon? Did they see a foreign country? I don't know, but they saw something. But it don't matter, because the Navy's going to record it and keep it locked up so that the public, for their own safety, don't know about it. The public may get a whiff of these incidents eventually, although the details may be scarce 50 years from now. I added that 50 years in. For instance, perhaps unclassified parts, broad overviews, or statistics about the number of sightings could be released. Luis Elizondo, an intelligence officer who ran AATIP, before leaving the Pentagon, told the Washington Post, "If it remains strictly within classified channels, then the right person may not actually get the information." The right person doesn't necessarily mean a military leader. It can be a lawmaker. It can be a whole host of different individuals. Which means right there they can put it under classified and it gets locked up from ever being seen by a person who would need to see it to do the right thing with it. It's for eyes that really don't know what they're looking at and just got to keep a secret anyway. The government is making a smart move by announcing its intentions to formally document and analyze these UFOs, said Seth Shostak, a senior astronomer at the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. It will make everybody happy because it sounds like a move toward transparency. Yeah, it sounds like a move. With this announcement, the Navy benefits not only because it will formally investigate these strange sightings by its pilots. That's not written there again. I keep saying that because in the first word, they're not investigating nothing but their pilots, which may well be reconnaissance or enemy aircraft from other nations. They've told us that twice now. That they're telling us to be ready to see these things in the sky. Be prepared. You're fixing to start seeing UFOs, whether they're put up by Project Bluebeam or whether they're really flying or whatever they are. You're really going to start seeing them soon. So just they're preparing the public for it now. The Navy is also winning a nod from the roughly 2/3 of Americans who think that the government isn't divulging everything it knows about extraterrestrials and UFOs, said Shostak, citing a 2002 study on attitudes about aliens. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. They're going to do the study, but they're never going to release it. People are just going to be happy. Oh, well, the Navy's on top of it. And then the Navy will go, national security. Yeah. They said the government probably isn't formalizing this program because it's looking for ET. The military is interested in this stuff not because they think that Klingons are sailing in the skies, but I think because maybe they think the Chinese or the Russians are sailing through the skies, Shostak said. This article come from Live Science. Navy plans to document UFO sightings but keep them confidential. Laura Gegel, May 2nd, 2019. Links will be in the description.